All right, everybody, in 6.3, we're going to look at independent versus dependent events. We'll get more into this in class, but for right now, we're just going to focus on the general concepts of this. So events A and events B are independent if they have no effect on one another. And how I think of this is that if you're an independent person, you're not easily influenced by anyone, you're kind of your own person, okay? So let's look at an example here. I have a bag of Halloween candy. In that bag, I have 8 Reese's, 4 Kit Kats, and 3 Snickers. In event A, I'm going to draw a Kit Kat from the bag. So to find the probability of that, or the probability of event A, I'm going to look and see, okay, there's 4 Kit Kats out of everything in my bag, which is 8 plus 4 plus 3, which is 15. Also in event A, I'm going to put the Kit Kat back in the bag, okay? And a common phrase that you'll see in a lot of math textbooks is I'm going to replace it, okay? So in event A, I'm picking up a Kit Kat, which I have a 4 out of 15 chance of doing, and then I'm putting it back in the bag. In event B, I want to draw a Kit Kat again. So the probability of event B, I still have 4 Kit Kats since I replaced it, and I still have 15 candies. So again, my event B is 4 out of 15. What I did in event A had no effect on event B. Since I put that Kit Kat back in the bag, event A did not affect event B. So let's compare that to dependent events. Event A and B are dependent if they do have an effect on one another. So looking at that same example, I still have a bag of Halloween candy with 8 Reese's, 4 Kit Kats, and 3 Snickers. Now in event A, I'm going to draw a Kit Kat, which as I found in our last example is a 4 out of 15 chance. But before I move on, I'm going to eat the Kit Kat, okay? So in event A, I'm picking up a Kit Kat and I'm eating it. Now in event B, I want to draw another Kit Kat. So the probability of event B is now, since I ate a Kit Kat, I only have 3 left out of 14 candies. Since I ate one, I now only have 14 altogether left. So what I can see here is that what I did in event A, since I ate that Kit Kat, clearly had an effect on the probability of event B. So these would be considered dependent events. So I think it's just really important to understand the general concepts of independence and dependence. So another thing that we'll look at here is just some general examples, not necessarily finding the probability, but looking at 2 events and asking ourselves, would this event influence this other event? So first I have event A, I drink coffee in the morning. And in event B, I feel awake during the day. Since coffee has caffeine in it, I would definitely say that my drinking of coffee would affect how I feel for the rest of the day. So I would consider those dependent events. In another example, I have cereal for breakfast this morning and you have eggs for breakfast. What I do in the morning has no effect on what you do in the morning, so I would consider those independent events.